Nikon has always been renowned for its excellent image quality, natural color reproduction, and solid processing. However, one area where Nikon has often faced criticism is autofocus performance. This has been a persistent gap that enthusiasts and professionals alike have noticed, especially when compared to competitors. When the Nikon Z6 III was released, many expected it to bridge that autofocus gap, but the absence of bird-eye autofocus felt like a glaring omission, leaving the camera feeling somewhat incomplete. That long-awaited change is finally here. Nikon has officially confirmed that the Z6 III will receive bird-eye autofocus. This announcement didn't come quietly or as a vague hint tucked away in a firmware changelog. It was stated clearly and directly from Nikon's official USA account. Photographers have been eagerly awaiting this upgrade, not just hoping it might arrive someday, but questioning why it was missing from the start. This feature isn't only for birdwatchers or wildlife photographers. It represents a significant leap in autofocus capability that impacts real-world shooting across multiple genres. To understand why this feature felt so necessary for the Z6 III, let's take a moment to look at the bigger picture. Oddly enough, Nikon's more affordable models, the ZF, Z5 II, and even the Z50, already had bird-eye autofocus before the Z6 III. These cameras are positioned below the Z6 III in both price and performance, yet they included a feature that the mid-tier Z6 III lacked. This inconsistency became a frequent topic in forums, YouTube discussions, and Nikon's own social media channels, with many users repeatedly asking why this crucial autofocus function was missing on the Z6 III. Nikon clearly heard the demand and has now responded. The confirmation came in a straightforward message on X, formerly Twitter, with no corporate jargon or evasive PR language, just a simple timeline stating the feature's arrival. This straightforward response sent a strong message to Nikon users. We heard you. It's possible Nikon delayed the rollout to stagger feature releases across models, or to refine the technology before introducing it on a more demanding body like the Z6 III. For owners of the Z6 III, this is reassuring because it confirms that the limitation was not due to hardware constraints, nor was it locked away to push buyers towards more expensive models. Instead, bird-eye autofocus is coming, and it promises to make the Z6 III a far more attractive option for anyone shooting fast-moving subjects. So why is bird-eye autofocus such a game-changer? The name might suggest it's a feature only relevant for tracking birds, but it's much more than that. The underlying technology represents next-level subject tracking. This system locks onto the eye of a moving bird, which is a tiny, fast, and often partially obscured target, whether behind branches or against a complex background. If your camera can track that, it can handle virtually any subject in dynamic shooting situations, whether street photography, pets, sports, wildlife, or even live concerts where the subject moves unpredictably. Traditional autofocus might focus on a bird's body or wing, but bird-eye autofocus locks precisely on the eye and maintains that focus, resulting in sharper images and more confidence when pressing the shutter. Sony has been leading in this space for some time, with cameras like the A7 IV and A9 II delivering fast, reliable, and sticky bird-eye autofocus that almost feels like cheating. Even the A6700, a smaller APS-C model, handles birds effortlessly. Canon is also a serious contender with the EOS R6 Mark II, which excels in autofocus and subject tracking. Nikon, however, has lagged behind slightly. Their autofocus has been competent, but not quite at Sony and Canon's level until now. If Nikon nails the implementation of bird-eye autofocus on the Z6 III, it could finally close this long-standing gap and bring its autofocus capabilities up to speed with the competition. With bird-eye autofocus coming directly from the Z9 and Z8, Nikon is expected to deliver a strong, out-of-the-box experience on the Z6 III. When compared to Sony's A7 IV, the Z6 III may not quite match Sony's raw tracking speed or the sheer range of lenses, but it brings other advantages, including cleaner internal video options with 6K RAW and PRAWS formats, plus Nikon's famously ergonomic grip and body design, which many shooters find more comfortable. Against Canon's R6 Mark II, the battle titans, Canon offers excellent color science and hybrid performance, but Nikon counters with superior internal recording capabilities and a more polished, durable build. With bird-eye autofocus now in the mix, the Z6 III becomes a serious player in this competitive landscape. Looking at other brands like Fujifilm, the X-H2S remains a beast in autofocus speed and subject tracking, but it's still an APS-C sensor camera. For photographers who want full-frame performance combined with pro video specs and Nikon's signature image quality, the Z6 III now presents an enticing option without forcing users to jump to the flagship Z8 or Z9 models. This upgrade changes Nikon's lineup dynamics by delivering powerful autofocus and video features in a more accessible, affordable body. It essentially removes the need to stretch to higher-tier cameras just to get top-notch subject tracking. One question that naturally arises is, why did Nikon wait so long to introduce bird-eye autofocus to the Z6 III? Speculation abounds, but it appears the Z6 III's hardware was ready from day one. The delay was likely strategic. Either Nikon was testing the feature's performance on lower-tier models to ensure it scaled well, or they wanted to perfect the technology before deploying it on a popular mid-tier camera. Another possibility is that Nikon aimed to stagger feature releases to maintain a steady flow of updates across its product range. Regardless of the reasoning, the pressure from users has clearly influenced Nikon's decision to confirm and commit to this update, signaling they understand how much it matters to their community. It's important to note, however, that this is a promised future update, not something currently available. The rollout timing is uncertain. It could arrive as early as summer or be delayed until the end of the year. When the update does launch, it may not exactly match the performance of the Z9 system. It could be a slightly scaled-back version with potential differences in tracking speed or low-light autofocus capability. Lens choice will also influence performance, as autofocus often varies depending on the glass attached. This leaves room for some healthy skepticism. But the key point is that Nikon is no longer silent on this issue and is actively addressing it. For current Z6 III owners, this news is a cause for optimism. The upcoming bird-eye autofocus will enhance an already excellent camera known for its comfortable handling, outstanding image quality, and solid video features. This update means you won't have to upgrade to the pricier Z8 or Z9 just to get competitive autofocus performance. For those still considering the Z6 III, this could be the deciding factor, making the camera feel complete and fully capable. This move also reflects a deeper shift in Nikon's approach to supporting its cameras. It's not just about minor bug fixes or stability patches anymore. It's a meaningful performance upgrade that adds tangible value. Photographers want cameras that evolve and improve over time, not devices that become obsolete after 2 years. If Nikon continues down this path, it will build significant trust within its user base, encouraging investment in their ecosystem, knowing that the brand supports its products well beyond the initial purchase. For photographers outside Nikon's system, this update might not be enough to switch allegiances immediately, but it definitely raises the stakes. It puts pressure on Sony, Canon, and other competitors to continue improving their autofocus technologies and firmware updates to stay ahead. Healthy competition in this area benefits everyone, pushing camera manufacturers to innovate and refine. In conclusion, this announcement may not break the internet, but it quietly changes how people perceive the Nikon Z6 III. It shows that Nikon is listening to its users and genuinely cares about closing the performance gap, not just on paper, but in practical, everyday use. The bird-eye autofocus feature gives the Z6 III new life, making it a camera worth revisiting for those who may have overlooked it previously. If Nikon delivers a smooth and effective implementation, the Z6 III could emerge as one of the best balanced full-frame mirrorless cameras on the market, combining price, performance, and now precision autofocus. No more waiting, no more compromises, just a camera ready to work alongside photographers, not against them. If you found this update insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth camera news and reviews.